In the headlines, Prime Minister Skerrit holds productive meeting with residents of Wesley who will be affected by the construction of an international airport. The aid bank cautioned to adjust to the ever-changing global financial environment to keep the profits coming, and Dominica expected to make further inroads into its honey production sector with the launching of a new cooperation agreement. I am Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, Prime Minister Skerrit has met with a self-appointed committee of property owners of Wesley who will be affected by the construction of an international airport. The Prime Minister met with those who will be impacted at a meeting in Wesley this week to update them on progress. He says he is excited about the future of Wesley.
And I want to commend Teacher Glaw and the chairman of the Woodford Village Council and Charles Warty and the chairman of the Village Council of Wesley for coming together and forming this committee. Because I always appreciate and understand that the acquisition of people's private property is a very sensitive matter, and this is why we've been very careful with how we approach acquisition of properties across Dominica. And because when somebody is in his or her home comfortably sleeping and you say that, look, we have to buy your home and you have to relocate, it's not something that you want to take lightly. So we've agreed to bring in the consultants from the United States in the month of August. God's willing, to present to them the airport plans and all of the issues that one has to consider towards the construction of the airport, share with them the timetable, the schedule, so that there is a continued buy-in. But I really want to commend and thank the property owners for their willingness and their to support the project. And that was our major concern about whether we will get the support of the property owners. But from all our interaction, everybody whom we've met who will be impacted have taken this so nicely, very supportive, and that is a very, very commendable step and so on. I really want to congratulate the people of Wesley for the palm tree who will be impacted.
While in Wesley, the Prime Minister also took the opportunity to meet with the sick and shut-in. He says the people of the area are very hardworking and hospitable.
And I think what they really need now is solid local parliamentary leadership to allow the young people to aspire and to achieve their dreams, and those in agriculture to be molded and be guided to move agriculture into a business-like approach, a professional approach, and increase the yield and increase the production, increase their income. But one of the things that has really touched me being here in Wesley is, I know that I have a lot of friends here in Wesley and supporters, but the sincere demonstration of love and concern by the senior citizens towards myself, and towards the candidates has been overwhelming, very overwhelming. And these are ordinary folks. These are, it's been for me a very emotional visit as well.
The Prime Minister was accompanied by the Deputy Prime Minister and other senior ministers of government. In more top stories, Management and staff of the aid bank have been cautioned to adjust to the ever-changing global financial environment to continue realizing profits. This from Minister for Tourism and Culture, Robert Tonge, who represented the Prime Minister at the aid bank's annual general meeting earlier this week. Tonge pointed out that the environment in which banks now operate is very challenging and steps must be taken to overcome these obstacles.
It is no secret that the concerns relating to anti-money laundering, counter-financing of terrorism, de-risking international financial sanctions, changes in accounting standards, and many others have served to make banking more tedious than we would have previously known. Therefore, the movement of finance has become more restricted and the cost of banking transactions have increased. The development of new technologies and the introduction of new banking services, such as cryptocurrencies, will also change the way in which banks do their business. We may be tempted to think that because development banks are not commercial banks, they are not impacted, nor as impacted by these new features in the environment. The Prime Minister has been advised by the aid bank that these are some of the real risks which affects its operations.
Despite its reduction in loan approvals, the aid bank was commended for its support to the further development of various sectors and the creation of hundreds of jobs in the past financial year.
His reading of your reports indicate that you have reached out to the population. It is true that number of approvals have, as well as the value of your disbursements, have reduced as compared to 2017. But the fact that you were able to cause 524 jobs to be created in the economy is also a very positive income. One of the noteworthy achievements is the bank has been providing support to several sectors, whether it's education, agriculture, tourism, or other services. It is important that the entire country feels the presence of the aid bank. The country, the citizens expect that the aid bank should be the place to go for development finance support. The expectation of the government is that the aid bank will build on the achievements of 2018 and work towards an even greater success in 2019.
In more developments, President of the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce, DAIC, is commending the raised level of discourse in the country. Julian Morris has that story.
Kenny Green was elected to the post of president for the second consecutive term following the association's annual general meeting on Thursday. He says one of the highlights of the past year was the ability of the DAIC to improve the conversation among Dominicans.
The most important thing that we've accomplished in the last year is that I feel that we've elevated the level of discussion on a number of issues of national importance. And so excellent issues that we've held over the last year and a half, including a discussion on marijuana, including a discussion on Creed, the first appearance by the new Creed CEO, and a discussion of their scope and role, and also a discussion on electoral reform. They were all issues of national importance in the national discussion, but without structure. And what we've done is we've become kind of an arbiter where we sit back and let people talk constructively without degrading each other, without the discussion itself becoming lost, and allowing for people to learn something through the actual discussion.
The AGM was held under the theme Enhancing Dominica's Growth Through an Entrepreneurial Ecosystem, and the DAIC believes harnessing technology and innovation are key in this regard.
It's going to be a real tangible and visible way for us to compete with the rest of the world. But it means that we actually have to innovate more. And what does it mean to innovate more? It means that we have to not just embrace technology, but we have to be willing to take risks. And this is where we are going to actually have to get out of our comfort zone, and where the DAIC has to lead by helping businesses to move beyond what they were taught, what they are comfortable with, and also what is the norm in our society.
The youth must also be included in this vision to help in the country's growth and development.
Innovation is not just a construct of technology. Innovation is also arming our young people with skills through training. We have a dearth of engineers. We have a dearth of actual people who are skilled at doing mechanical engineering. And that is something that we have to actually pay some tribute to. we have to arm our young people with knowledge that is going to expand their ability to contribute to the economy of the country and also to their communities.
Flow prepaid customers are smiling as the company announces the addition of Anywhere calling minutes to its 1-day and 7-day always-on combo plans.
The already popular plans have received a positive response in the market following their launch in April. Customers are expressing great satisfaction with the massive increase in data offerings up to 10 gigabytes now included in the plans. The new combo plans also offered customers free social media messaging and the ability to roll over unused data. Flow commercial manager Lauren Mitchell said although the new plans were well received, some customers shared feedback requesting the addition of calling minutes to the 1-day plan. She said, quote, "Not only did we add calling minutes to the 1-day plans, but we also gave our 7-day plan users a pleasant surprise with additional minutes also. These minutes can be used to make calls to any local network." With the new additions, Flow's always-on 7-day plans now contain 350 anywhere local minutes, 3 gigabytes of data, and free Swift Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter messaging. The price of the plan will now be $29, which represents a small increase of $2. 25 anywhere local minutes will now be included in the 1-day plan, while the text allocation will be reduced by the same amount. The price of this plan will move from $4 to $5 with 1 gigabyte data, 25 anywhere local minutes, 25 SMS and free Swift messages. All elements of the 3-day and the 30-day always-on prepaid combo plans will remain the same. General Manager Jeffrey Baptiste said with the launch of the mobile number portability, all Dominicans can enjoy this added value from Flow by easily porting from their current provider without the worry of changing their mobile numbers. Baptiste added this is an opportune time for customers to join the most robust, resilient and reliable 4G LTE network on the island.
You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
L'année sim tout partout. Attention si vous êtes homme et bien femme. Visitez place santé pour examiner corps. Ça c'est un nid pour yo ouais si l'année pièce moun au lion qui ni maladie TB et bien maladie sexuelle. En compagnie moun qui ni maladie HIV pe ni TB aussi. Savent qui l'année guérison pour TB. Ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Parlez by docteur. Prends responsabilité. Aidez du bout de sime maladie TB et HIV. Ou agir tout le monde pour examiner corps yo.
Welcome back. An opportunity for Dominica to realize its new paradigm of resilience and sustainable development while creating new job opportunities for the youth and women.
That's the expected outcome of next week's launch of an innovative triangular cooperation project. This project is aimed at assisting Dominican beekeepers and other stakeholders of the honey production sector. The cooperation project between Apiculture Argentina, ICA, and Dominica will be launched here between July 20 and 24. This joint initiative, in collaboration with the Ministries of Agriculture and Foreign Affairs of Dominica, includes site visits to apiaries both on the west and east coasts. There will also be a series of training workshops by Argentine experts who will travel to the island for this important event. Argentina's ambassador says Dominica has a vast potential for apiculture given its rich diversity in flora and fauna. ICA supported the restoration of honey production after Hurricane Maria, specifically through strengthening of beekeepers' cooperatives. ApiCarib's overall objective is to develop apiculture as an integrated farming practice which promotes scientific beekeeping and enhances the productivity of crops through pollination while increasing the income and welfare of farmers and the wider society.
And teachers and principals have been advised to use customized teaching techniques to ensure that each child succeeds. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education made the appeal during the closing ceremony of the Professional Development Summer Institute 2019.
These workshops, I hope, will have contributed to helping us do just that, helping us to fashion our teaching learning approaches that can create successful students. Because of all the advances in learning technology, all the advances in learning methodologies and experiences, teaching should never be the same for everyone. And especially in our Dominican context, one-size-fits-all approach cannot work. We should be more focused on the needs of our students. So our teaching learning should be need-based.
Throughout the 2-week workshop, special focus was placed on information technology, or IT, in Dominica.
Teachers, as I reiterate, please use the technology, especially with the increasing pace in technology. We have to adapt. We have to use it in our education system. And from the ministry, we want to encourage our teachers to please use the technology. We see it as helping us to unlock the doors to high-tech education. So make use of the technology.
Chief Education Officer says the results of teachers' commitment to continuous training is evidenced in the performance of children.
As management of the Education Division, it is our responsibility to ensure that you are trained and retrained, tooled and retooled, so that you have the quality needed to get your students to succeed. In effective schools, all students have an opportunity to engage and to succeed. It was heartening to examine the Grade 6 National Assessment and to realize that we have moved from 16% of our children getting D's and E's last year to 11% for this year. That is a good indicator, even more than those who get the scholarship and bursaries. That is a good indicator, and I hope the percentage of students receiving D's and E's will continue to decrease.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
To end the news, the headlines again. Prime Minister Skerrit holds productive meeting with residents of Wesley who will be affected by the construction of an international airport. The aid bank cautioned to adjust to the ever-changing global environment to keep the profits coming. And Dominica expected to make further inroads into the honey production sector with the launching of a new cooperation agreement. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.